I wanted to really quick just get your thoughts on maybe the next 12 to 18 months, kind of where you see things going, maybe for you and your center as well as the industry in general, and maybe the Michigan Association. Where do you see things going?
I think that things are going to continue to go upwards for the next 12 to 18 months.
Hmm.
I know we have an election coming up, and that can sometimes determine what's going on. But overall, and I speak not only in Michigan, but I think overall in the country, as I'm on I go to the national events. I'm on the USBC board of directors, and I see
Hmm.
what's going on nationally. That it looks very positive. It really does. Um, just like in any industry, you have your operators or centers that didn't take care of their business, if you will. They
Yeah.
didn't take care of their customers, and most of them have gone by the wayside now. So who are the survivors? Who's left? The ones
Hmm.
that are doing it right, in my opinion,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They survived it, and they
For a
want to
reason.
be here.
Hmm.
And because of that, I think the consumer sees that and says, all right, it's very inviting here. I want to come back. It's a
Hmm.
social activity, first of all. I think COVID proved that point, that you try telling people that they can't go somewhere, this is how they respond. I'm
Right.
coming and I'm
Yeah.
spending money because
Yeah.
you're not going to tell me I can't socialize anymore. It's
Hmm.
not going to happen. So
Right.
that's been, I think, a huge blessing. And I don't see any, unless some dramatic event like COVID happens in the next 12, 18 months, I
Hmm.
see a very strong future for our industry.
Yeah, it seems almost like the out-of-house entertainment is almost like a counterbalance because we're all, on our phone and at a computer screen and, in our houses or in the office that out-of-house entertainment, especially a kind of a physical, tactile activity, just becomes more and more appealing. As like it's the opposite of what we do all day, it becomes more attractive.
Yeah, and maybe you can even expound on this. So when all this was happening at the beginning with video game playing, if you will,
Hmm.
VCRs, and this home entertainment was the attractive scenery, because back
Hmm.
in the 70s and early 80s, people bowled 3 4 nights
Yeah,
a week, both parents sometimes, right? So
right.
but then the workforce got the ladies of the house out into the workforce, so they didn't bowl as much.
Hmm.
And life does get in the way, right, with kids. But if we can
Sure.
create an environment where the kids are involved and it's a family activity, and I think we've done that very successfully.
Hmm.
Yes, we've gotten them out of the home to do that, and that's been a
Hmm.
big bonus in my opinion. And we had probably a 20-year lull there, but I think it's turned around. I really do. I've seen it for
Right.
the last few years.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it almost goes from maybe like a two or three times a week down to a once a week, but then you spend two or three times as much that one visit, right? Because you've got four other activities plus food that's going to be your dinner. They're spending the same amount per week. It's just all in one visit.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah,
So what do you got up
awesome.
your sleeves to help us?
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of the. I guess we really have four different pillars. So I always look at it that we're doing the social media advertising is really where we see the needle moving because people are on their phone on an average about 5 hours a day. So if that's where they are all day, then that's the best place to get in front of them. I
Hmm.
find that the organic posts don't do quite as well as they used to. So as Facebook's grown and they're a public company, they got shareholders to get earnings for. They don't give that stuff away for free like they used to. And
Right.
so when we ran the numbers, it's down to like 2.2% organic reach. So 22 people per 1,000 followers. Now, some pages might be more engaged and be higher. Maybe they're 50, maybe they're 100, but still like 22 people per post is just not, usually moving the needle a lot. Because,
Sure.
most centers might have 2 or 3,000 followers. So that's 44, 66 people seeing the post. Whereas the social media ads, you can spend, the CPM is how you measure how expensive it is to get out in front of people. And so we
Hmm.
usually see around $4 or $5 CPM, which is $4 or $5 for 1,000 impressions.
Okay.
So if you spend $400 or $500, that's 100,000 impressions compared to 22 people seeing the
Right.
post. So you can really move the needle with that. If you
Yep.
pair that with getting some high quality videos to kind of show the experience they can have, like imagine you trying to just like, text someone the experience that you had in that league or on a Friday night versus a video of you laughing, smiling, having fun. It's no
Absolutely.
comparison. Yeah. So if you can get more of those videos out in front of these people, 100,000 times a month, you better believe you're going to have people, coming into the center.
Yep.
So that's what we kind of do on like the what we call creating demand side, and then on like the fulfilling demand, like the needs based side, it's more about actually, believe it or not, expanding outside of bowling. So if I'd be willing to bet that if I typed in bowling near me in your town, you're going to pop up first. And I mean,
Okay.
you're probably the only center. Maybe there's two or three. You said there's two or other centers.
Hmm.
It's not that competitive for bowling. But what if I typed in places to eat near me, or sports bar, or places to watch football, kind of thing? That's the type of thing that there's actually more people who are looking for that. That is a better opportunity for you to focus on because you're going to win bowling anyway.
Sure.
Focus on the ancillary stuff to the bar or birthday party places, team event venues, that kind of thing is going to be better spent.
Gotcha. Yeah. Very good. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's a lot of what we do.
All right. Excellent. Looking
Mhm.
forward to working with you, Forrest.